All right. So we just kind of go right into it. So I kind of like edit it right there. So yeah, any other cool, fun stories can be anything that you want. That's a little weird. They love
Yeah,
stuff like that.
well, I kind of mentioned it, and when I was talking before, that when I lived in Savannah, I had a friend that he still does have a toy company there, and they do overnights at Moon River Brewery.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
so I did a couple of those with him, and the last one, everyone I did, I had weird stuff happen.
Oh man.
Um, it was that I think it was a hotel at one point, and then during the yellow fever epidemic, they were bringing all the bodies there and putting them in the basement. But it
Mm,
was like every night I went there and did the overnights with him. I had have never anything that was stupid that was really scary
mm-hmm.
or anything, but always something going off. Um,
Mm.
you know, just and always a weird feeling. Uh, so yeah, the last one I did with him, we were in the second floor. Now I'd been there up there with him a couple of weeks before, and that was used as an orphanage at one point. And
Oh.
the whole time, a couple of weeks before this night, we were up there the whole time. Um, I can't think of the name, but the meter, the name totally just escapes me.
Okay.
Um, anyway, it was like whenever they brought the oh my god, I can't believe I can't remember the name of it.
You're good.
But it was like there was something the size of a kid around my legs
Oh, weird.
the entire time. So the next time
Oh.
we went back was about 2 weeks later, and they decided they were going to bring a Ouija board up
Oh
and
boy.
set a
Oh.
Ouija board up.
Uh oh.
Now I this is never, you know, I'm not
This is
into
never a good
that
idea
really.
ever.
No, it's not. So him and I think him and a girl, and maybe two girls, they set the Ouija board up and they're asking questions, and I was just kind of walking around taking pictures,
Mm-hmm.
and we were up there a good half an hour, nothing really happening, and I walked over and I was standing relatively close to where they had the Ouija board set up, and he's like, "This isn't making any sense," and he's like, "I'm like, well, what did it spell?" And he's like, M or those are my initials. And
What?
literally, as I said that, I felt something hit me in the back
No.
of the right side of my mouth, and my tooth broke off. So it hit me with some force, and that was
Your
the last time I
tooth
went there.
broke off, like a literal
Yeah,
tooth broke out of your mouth.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
goodness, Matt.
And that was the last time I did anything there
I would say no
last
way.
overnight.
You're out of there, dude.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I've never. We had some funny experiences with like spooky stuff. My girlfriend and I, we both seen like our old dog run through the house,
Really?
but
Oh man.
that was just yeah.
That's weird.
The having the Ouija board spell out my initials, like that was enough. I was done with it
That's
at
no
that
thanks.
point.
Yeah.
You know,
Jeez, dude. Ooh.
you hear too many stories about people having stuff follow them home, and yeah, I don't want that.
Yeah, no. No, no, no. Well, hopefully you're driving around the US fast enough that they can't follow you home, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Um I feel like were there any other weird stuff, if weird things that happened in Florida? I felt like that was a really interesting man.
Yeah, that was a really weird. It
Yeah.
was just, it was like all this stuff happened at once. You know, I feel like I bring it on myself because when we were in Savannah, I started going. I'll get bored or I won't be able to sleep, and I'll go on the FBI Vault website and start looking at stuff. Or,
Oh no.
you know, I started doing that in Savannah, and I got on a Men in Black kick. And next thing I knew, there was cars parked out back behind our house. Just we
No.
had a little parking lot. I was
Really?
I'm sitting here, yeah,
Oh
and
man.
I try and take pictures of the people in it, and I could only ever get from like the top, like just below the neck. I could never get the face. It
Oof.
wasn't like old cars or anything like that, but when I started messing around looking at stuff on the FBI stuff, next thing I knew there was cars, and they would sit there all day.
Really,
It was weird. It was
dude.
weird, but then when we went to Florida, it was just the area that it's in. Like I said, it's near Cape Canaveral, and
Yeah.
it's kind of back. It's a big piece of property.
Okay.
Everybody that lives on this property owns an RV. It's an RV resort, they call it.
Okay.
Um, but I mean, like, we'd hear like at night, every night, we'd hear what sounded like an engine running, and it
Really.
was loud. It was really loud, and there was
Hmm.
literally nothing around that could have made that noise. We were
Weird.
at least we were at least 5 miles. No, not five. We were at least 3.5, 4 miles away from the highway, so it wasn't highway noise, and it was the same noise every night. Um, my niece and I, we were in we have golf carts and that you could drive around the resort place.
Oh,
And
that'd be fun. Yeah, sure.
yeah, and they have like a little nature trail area. And we were back there one day, and we were kind of driving around, and I found a branch that had been kind of bent over, and it looked
Oh.
like it had been tied. I didn't think anything of it. I took a couple of pictures. Um, a week or so later, I said to her, I was like, "Do you want to go back and see if it's still like that? If there's anything else weird?" And when we went back, it shouldn't happen, but we couldn't find the spot where this branch was.
Really.
It was like everything had changed. Like the
Hmm.
whole, and I don't know. And I mean, she's like 17. She's not. I'm like that weird uncle guy that she's like, okay, that's fun. We'll go look at stuff. But she's not into this stuff at all. And she was like, everything's totally different, and we just couldn't find it. Um, so I
Oh
think it's
man.
something with the area. You know, it's weird stuff in the skies. You got the space station right there. Yeah,
Jeez.
anyway.
I had a question that I forgot to ask earlier. Oh, I'm gonna let the internet catch up for a minute. Maybe. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, cool. Can you explain? Do you remember how the legs looked in that you saw in Florida?
Yeah, that was one of the, that's a really that was a disturbing. It's a pair of legs. It shouldn't be disturbing, but it was.
Yeah.
Uh, it was. I want to say there was okay. So there's no clothes on it whatsoever.
Oh.
Um, they were hairy. I'm not. It was weird, man. It happened like that, but I know what I saw.
Yeah.
Um, it was
Yep.
a pair of legs. They were extremely tall. The
Okay.
legs had to be at least 6 feet tall, each one of them, and they had hair on them. I could
Wow.
physically see hair on them. But like I
Man.
said, I didn't see any feet. I didn't see any torso, any arms, and it was just a pair of legs.
Really?
And it was really, that was all in this space of like 3 or 4 days. I
Man.
saw the legs, and then I saw what looked the like glimmer predator type thing run
Whew.
across where we were parked. We had like a roof over us, and I could open up the door and step down, and there was concrete, and then it was like a shed, so there was kind of a walkway. And as I opened the door, I saw this thing just dart. And
Man.
it's again, it's one of those things. Is my mind played tricks on me? But I know for a fact I saw it.
Dude, that's awesome. I
And
love it. That's so
yeah,
crazy. What a cool story.
it was weird.
Man.
Hey, it's one of
Man.
those things. I don't go looking for it, but I do feel like for some reason. Well, I do go looking for it. I'm lying, but
Well, I feel like I feel like you have your eyes open to things, but you're not like because you are aware of certain things. That's why you're able. You know what I mean? I don't know if that sounds weird, but
I no, no, no. I think if more people are kind of in tune to their surroundings and what's going on, you'd
yep,
see a lot
yep,
more weird stuff.
totally, dude,
You know,
totally.
if you take 10 minutes out of your day and look at the sky, you're probably going to see something eventually.
Yeah.
You
No,
know, it's
that's true. Yeah. When was the last time most people took 10 solid minutes and just looked up in the sky for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I can't think of
yeah.
the
I'm
time,
sure not many
honestly.
people do.
Yeah. Yeah, so there could be,
No,
honestly, there could be UFOs all day long, but we're just not looking because we're so busy
but that's
working and
it.
looking down.
Yeah, I mean, you can see some random photos that people take, and it'll
Hmm.
be like of a family barbecue, and then in the clouds, they're like, "There's a salsa." Like,
Yeah,
what is that salsa? But it's because when do you look up in the sky during the day? You don't. You never
that's
look for
true.
that.
Yep.
You same. I try to make a habit of doing it every night. I'll go outside and kind of look up, and we've been lucky lately. We've been up in the mountains,
Oh
so
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
been crystal clear skies. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. But we were
Man,
the first couple of nights we were up there. Definitely one night I definitely saw, and my girlfriend saw it too. Something we couldn't identify.
that's awesome. That is so cool. Matt, this has been really fun. Thank you for giving us a few extra stories. I've really enjoyed it. We will have to I'm gonna definitely keep an eye on your stuff, but I think this might be fun maybe in a year or so, kind of getting an update episode
Yeah,
with like I'm
definitely.
sure you're gonna have crazy adventures as you travel around the U.S. So I'm gonna be catching up with you in the future. I think that'll be fun if you're up for it. So
Yeah, definitely. I definitely will be able to.
cool. All right. Well, thanks, man. Um, best of luck to you and safe travels definitely as you travel up in the mountains and over to Texas and all that good stuff. But thanks again for coming on, dude.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good one.